Russia and North Korea have taken a step toward improving relations as President Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong Un signed a strategic partnership agreement today. Both sides pledged to help each other's defense and security and to fight off sanctions. Stephanie Tsai has the story.
As the Russian jet rolled in to Pyongyang, the North Koreans rolled out the red carpet. Leader Kim Jong Un welcomed President Vladimir Putin to North Korea for the first time in 24 years. As Putin looks for support for his war in Ukraine, Kim hopes to find an economic and military ally. The tone for the summit was set with a sturdy embrace. In recent years, the countries have flirted with stronger ties. Kim Jong Un first traveled to Russia in 2019 and again in 2023 to meet Putin. But neither trip produced a formal alliance. The U.S. accuses North Korea of sending ammunition and weapons to Russia for its war in Ukraine and worries that in exchange, Russia is boosting North Korea's nuclear program. Kim and Putin have denied it, since such a trade would violate UN sanctions. But in March, a Russian veto on the Security Council ended the UN's monitoring of nuclear sanctions on North Korea and raised alarm bells.
We highly appreciate your consistent and unwavering support for Russian policy. I'm referring to our fight against the hegemonic policy imposed for decades, the imperialist policy of the United States and its satellites.
Today's summit formalized the strongest relationship between the two countries since the Cold War.
Our two countries' relations have been elevated to a new, high level of alliance, laying the legal groundwork for the grand ideas of leadership of the two countries.
The treaty includes military technical cooperation between the two countries, a mutual defense pact, and opposition to Western sanctions against North Korea. Before the agreement was announced, the Pentagon raised red flags.
The deepening cooperation between Russia and the DPRK is something that should be of concern.
What happens in Europe matters for Asia, and what happens in Asia matters for us.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg appeared with Secretary of State Antony Blinken yesterday ahead of the summit.
We've seen, as you've said, Russia try in desperation to develop and to strengthen relations with countries that can provide it with what it needs to continue the war of aggression that it started against Ukraine.
In Pyongyang, the state visit came to an end with dinner and drinks as the two leaders made a show of their deepening partnership.